Hey y'all, and welcome back to another episode of Catch That, where we break down albums, eras, and topics related to R&B. I am Naturally Elise, and that's my bro,
JR.
and we are the R&B representatives. And today, he's chomping at the bit. Today, we are welcoming a very energetic brother by the name of Will the Wave. What's up, brother?
What is going on? All my wave riders that's watching, what's good, man? I got y'all. Don't need. Man, listen, before we get started, thank you guys so much for inviting me. This is my first time. I'm a little nervous. But no, man, I really appreciate it though, really, from the bottom of my heart, man. I've been rocking with JR prior to this heavily. So
Yes.
so it was already there. So.
Right. I was like, will you come on here, please?
I really wanted to do another album, but he's like, wait, just wait, to the next one. I was like, all right, cool. But yeah, we got you, Luther. We got you.
Yes. And before we get started, how about Will, if you would just tell the folks a little bit about yourself, and what you do?
Oh man, what is there not to know? I'm originally from Sarasota, Florida. I've spent a lot of my childhood traveling between Florida and Wisconsin and New York, Georgia. I am pretty cultured. And that's how I developed my love for music. I'm a aspiring songwriter, producer.
Hey, do you write songs?
I do.
Huh?
I do, yeah.
Then you are a songwriter, but carry on.
Yeah, but carry on.
You know me, I'm humble, I'm energetic, but I try to be humble, because I'm not known yet. But
I used to do that. No. I think aspiring pigeonholes people. I used to do that too. I'd be like, I'm an aspiring photographer, I'm an aspiring writer. No, you're working on your craft and you're actually doing it.
Right.
No, that's what you are, boo. Now you might say I'm new to the songwriting.
The problem is though? The problem is when you tell people I'm a producer, I'm a songwriter, you still get the other side. It's like, but nobody knows you. Who have you produced? Who have you written songs for? What songs charted? So that's why I just try to stay in the middle.
Next time you tell them, not you. So it's not your business. That's weird. One day, it was a day that Luther was like, I'm an inspired. No, you were doing the work before he was famous. Before he was even a background singer, he was just a regular guy. Yeah. And everybody that's a big shit. I'm sorry, I appreciate y'all for we even get into the episode. But every big person, they started from somewhere. There was a point where you asked for real, well, who you produce for, and it was nobody. It was like, oh, for my homeboy or something like that. There was that point for all Missy Elliott, everybody, they started from somewhere. So
I'm not gonna lie. I've been honing my craft since I was 8 years old. I am not gonna hold you as far as writing and rapping and singing. I actually started out as a singer first. I ain't gonna get into all that, but there was an incident that pretty much killed that dream a little bit. Sixth grade, I hit a thing called puberty in front of all these elementary kids singing "God Bless America," from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, why would and them damn kids laughed at me, man. I was like,
yeah. But yes,
I got roasted. So I said, you know what? I'll just rap because I ain't gotta, harmonize nothing. I could just go straight in. So ever since then, I just been, on the rap side, but I'll sing my own hooks. I got my own music out in on online stores right now. But yeah, I've been doing this since I was 8. I'm not gonna hold y'all. And then producing since I was 15. So
yes. So y'all, everybody live chat say hi to Will the Wave, producer, songwriter, full stop.
Artist. Mm-hmm.
Not aspiring.
I appreciate that. God bless.
That's what you're doing. And that's your word for the day. But yes, we are so happy to have you here. I just met you and I already love your energy. So this is gonna be a lot of fun.
Thank you.
JR.
Yes.
How about you tell the folks what we're going to be talking about and why you think it's important that we talk about it?
Okay, so y'all, today we will be discussing Luther Vandross's debut, Never Too Much. I wish I had it, but I don't, so look at Elise's. I think it's very important. I think we need to talk about Luther a lot more.
Yeah.
I think he deserves a lot more. And when it comes to music, I was so glad that we actually did a catch that with our brother Craig Seymour, and we talked about the Busybody album. We got to a little bit of his history like that, but it wasn't the focus. The focus was Busybody. So now the focus is the debut. Luther came in and had people on notice after this debut, even though he had people behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? So when Will said he wanted to talk about this album, I was like, yes, I want to get into this. You know what I mean? So, Will, I have to ask you, when did you get introduced to Luther Vandross?
I'm not gonna lie. It was actually I introduced myself a couple months ago, really, because I only known the singles and the live performances and stuff like that. I'm really a student to the game. Like I go on YouTube and I just catch random vocalists, man, and I just start watching concerts and I just soak the game up. But one day I was taking my youngest son to Walmart, believe it or not, and I just said, you know what? I'm looking on Apple Music, Essential Albums, Never Too Much. I'm looking at this Vibrant. I love the album cover. That jumped at me. So I just went through the whole bag and I was like, oh. And then I saw my youngest just, in the back seat doing all this right here. Baby weight, by the way. That's
I love it.
So I saw that and that just kind of grabbed me and really inspired me to just, keep listening. But Luther, man, I was telling JR in the DM, I'm like, dude, this guy was an underrated producer. Like he was a producer as well. Like he done stuff for Aretha Franklin, I found out along the way, and a couple other people too. But he actually did most of this album by himself. The arrangements and everything. It just sounds so grand and lush and warm, and just made me feel good. It made me aspire to find love, and I was really touched by it, man. So I told JR, man, I'm like, dude, this Luther don't get talked about enough, man. Like, what's up?
We don't.
Like, this dude was a full-blown vocalist. I mean, the dude had range. I mean, he just had a knack, man. He had a great ear, and that's all I heard the whole album. It was the most cohesive R&B album I've heard from that era. And it was the top of a new era too. So he really set the tone for a lot of vocalists that came after that album. So I want to talk about it just a little bit.
And with Luther, so this album came out in 81, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was born in 79. So I don't know a world without Luther.
I'm so jealous, by the way. I was born in 89. I missed the cut. I missed the whole shit.
At least you snuck in the 80s. But yeah,
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
The thing about, so I never discovered Luther. It just was always there. And that's early 80s. That's when radio was so robust. Like it was, and there wasn't a day in the decade of the 80s or the 90s to where at once an hour you heard something from Luther. They might go back to Never Too Much album, or they playing a new Luther cut, like at any given time. So and my mom had Luther albums, and so he just was always just there. And I think for a lot of people, to where he was always just there, they kind of take that talent for granted, or they don't appreciate it because it just was a fixture. But he was doing stuff that other vocalists, that other producers, that other arrangers just couldn't do
at all.
And I'm talking about great. They couldn't do it. A lot of greats couldn't even do it on that level of all of those things in one person. So
I agree with you. I agree with that too, because again, I don't think in my life it's always been Luther. I can't tell you the first time I finally heard Luther. You know what I'm saying? Because he's always been there. But then you talking about how this album, he vocally arranged and he's a producer and all that. He did that with a lot of people before he became famous. You know what I'm saying? So he was doing Roberta and Donnie. He was doing Chic. He was doing Bette Midler. He was doing David Bowie. Like, he was doing all of these people. These songs that we love by Chic wouldn't have been what they was if he didn't vocally arrange them.
Hold
Songs
tight.
from yeah, yes.
And
Hold tight.
definitely wouldn't have gotten the era of Aretha's comeback. Like, I don't know that another artist could have found that spot for her. I
don't
really
think
don't.
so either. I don't either.
And it's not saying other producers weren't amazing. It's just, I think that Luther was the right fit for the type of singer that Aretha was. That was just a perfect fit.
And he's a vocal arranger. And that's what Aretha needed at that time. She needed, because we always paid attention to her voice, which Aretha is the queen of this all. Even in, heaven, I don't want nothing to fall if I say Aretha's something wrong. But look, y'all don't listen. Aretha is, but I think at that time music was changing and it wasn't always the focus on the voice. They wanted to also focus on what them backgrounds was doing. And that jump to it, all them people on backgrounds, Tawatha, Sissy, you know what I'm saying? Roselle and Brenda and all them in the backgrounds, it was so intricate that it wasn't like that before. That's why Luther brought something different to the game when he came out with this album, because it was vocally different from anything anybody was doing. Because why? Luther was a background. He sung background for Roberta. That fired him because she was like, you just too damn good. You should not be a background vocalist. You too good. You know what I mean? He sung background for Shaka. He sung background for all these people. So he knows how that works. Yeah. So that was a part of his thing. So he was like, yo, with my album, I'm gonna make sure my background is on point. And that's what he did with Aretha. You know what I mean? It was just like, I know what I need for you. You know what I mean? Even though we all know, quiet as it's kept, they had a little iffy, but Luther had to let it be known. He said, who got the top 10 hit now?
Ooh. The thing is, he turned Aretha up. It was refreshing at that time to hear Aretha singing to an upbeat track. It was very energetic. So I consider Luther to be the battery that jolted soul music and R&B. Like it was, you never heard it before. And that's no disrespect to Kashif and all the other producers and songwriters that came, but Luther just put that special sauce and just revamped the game and just rejuvenated the whole entire genre, the whole entire culture for us, really. So
yeah. And you know what? And a lot of times when you have an artist that started young, I'm speaking of what he did with Aretha, that started young and is like on like a legendary or classic status, as they get older, people just want to throw them these sappy ballads or these power ballads, like this slow music. So for him to give somebody who was, in the game forever, and to give them this upbeat and these energetic songs, just the decision to do that, I think, is groundbreaking, because they, they try to send, we live in a very ageist society.
Yes.
They try to send, soon as you hit my age or way before it, they try to send you out to pasture. Look, they know you just get started. Just have fun.
And then another thing too, we talk about the lyrical content of Jump to It. He got Aretha talking about jumping on her man soon as he hit the door. Hey, look, girl, I got to go. I'm gonna put it on my nigga. And Aretha was relatively older at the time. Yeah. So that was like, oh, okay, Luther turn him up then. So it was something different. It was almost provocateur, in a way, for that time period. So it was just dope. He put some youth in Aretha for sure. And it's no surprise, she tapped into his energy for a couple of albums of hers in that time.
Yeah.
Let's thought about something about Luther that reminds me of Stevie, of loving and knowing women's voices.
Yes. Yeah.
When don't get me started about Stevie, boy. Ooh, that's a whole other segment. Ooh, that's my goat right there. Yeah. That is my goat. I don't care what nobody says.
But it's just interesting. Like they both have that ear for women's voices and know what to do with it to make them sound their best, or to be like, or to be like, oh, that person got next, and be right.
Right. Yeah. And you know, Luther, he was inspired by women vocalists. That's all he listened to. He listened to Dionne Warwick. He listened to Patti LaBelle. He listened to Gladys. He listened to, you know, all those voices, Shaka Khan. He was like, yo, I'm horning into them. And that's why he was kind of able to, when he started working with all the women he was inspired by, you know what I'm saying? He started working with them. He started to know how to, he like, Aretha needs this. Dionne, I know she's ballad. She needs that. You know what I mean? Like he knew how to work with it. You know what I'm saying? Which I think that's what made him so great. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Because he knew how, like Elise said, to work with women's voices and know what to do with it. Because, like y'all said, taking it back to Aretha, nobody would have never gave her a jump to it. No. They'd have been like, we want to give Aretha a ballad, a sappy ballad that she could sing.
Luther said, F that. We gonna turn you up, okay? we gonna throw a sundress on you. We gonna listen, all that, body oil and everything. That's what we gonna do. And he did it. Had the diva really feeling real frisky on that record.
Yes, you did.
But that was Reefer though. He let we think, oh, he spiced up. No, I feel like he did what her personality could. When you see Aretha, like that's who she was. But you know, media and record companies, they try to paint a certain picture of you instead of, which is wild to me because usually who the people really are is very interesting. It's the most interesting thing about them. Yeah, so that's wild to me. Yeah, I agree. But anyway, and you ain't got to turn that on and off. So anyway. Yeah.
Get on your high horse. I'm here for it.
I am too.
I'm here for it.
So that's very interesting to me. I think you brought out who she
always been.
And I think that shows in the song, like how she's singing it and the ad-libs. Like I think he was like, this is the song I got for you. And she's like, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's jump to it.
I can be me. Like, yeah.
And I think that's fine through the song. You can hear it in a tone like,
I was having fun with it.
You got to understand how difficult it was for artists from her era, like the 50s and 60s, to make that transition into the 80s. A lot of artists didn't survive from that era into the 80s.
Most didn't.
And
so for him to bring her back like that was just wow.
And speaking of, because this album came out in 81, me and Elise called this era, that 1980 to 1984. Woo, that was an experimental era. So you had a lot of albums coming out that it was like, ooh. Yeah. And ooh. And what's going on? And that's why, because of the disco era, the rockers didn't like the disco no more. So mainstream was down with that too. They like, oh, we ain't messing with disco. Let's blow up these stuff, blah, blah, blah. So now you need something new and something fresh. And that's why I feel like when Luther came with Never Too Much, it still gave you the disco vibe, but it was just something. It was that post-disco that they like to say. Absolutely. Post-disco. And it still had, you could still play that, but then it still fit on this fresh thing. You know what I mean? To me, you know what I mean? And I say this. I feel like we going into the album, this is what we doing, y'all. But I feel like this, Never Too Much, is the original Why Do We Fall in Love with A. Marie. This is a summer jam that you have to play in the summer.
But this is what I'll say. Now, y'all gonna think I'm tripping, but I think that album for Luther was his Off the Wall. You know, Off the Wall was kind of like the same thing. You know, it was, you know, getting towards the end of disco and into a new era. That was pretty much Luther right there.
I can agree.
I agree with that.
I can agree.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was definitely Luther's breakthrough for sure. Even though it was his debut, but he was kind of known in the industry. But this was his breakthrough, and I can definitely see the off the wall comparison. No, go listen. I'm about to be like Elise when she do me. Stick to what you believe. Screw what everybody thinks. If this is how you feel, this is your episode. If you feel like this joint is off the wall, own it.
Yeah, man, but y'all like my older brother and sister, so I want to step correct too, you know?
No, I'm so glad I got to do that because she do that to me all the time. So I'm somebody.
I'm the younger brother here, but the younger brothers still know his shit too. I got to remember that. But
there you go.
Well, she wouldn't be here.
That's right. That's right. So we can go into Never Too Much. We can go into it. So
Never Too Much.
The first song off the album.
Yeah.
And did you know that part in the beginning was an accident? Well, not an accident, but it was done by the guitarist, and he actually like went rogue from the actual arrangement. It wasn't supposed to start like that. It was supposed to start like
talking about Mr. Marcus Miller, yes.
Yeah.
Ooh. I'm like, damn. Cojones grande, mi friend. Big ball, just doing that just in the middle. Woo. And that pretty much set it off. It's almost like Luther's Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. I liken it to Off the Wall. That was pretty much that song for him. You know? The doom, doom, doom. Same as the doom, da, 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 da. You drop that, everybody dancing. White, yellow, no matter what color. It brought everybody together.
I agree.
A whole human race.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
It just this
musically, instruments. What I love the most about Never Too Much is the cadence that Luther is singing in, and the way he and still sings Luther amazing while singing so fast.
Mm-hmm.
That's easy. It's hard to talk real fast if you don't talk fast. Like,
oh man, at least that's awesome, man.
And he just do it so smooth.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Yes.
And he doesn't miss a single note. There's no pitchy anything. Period.
And nobody was singing like that. Nobody was singing in that cadence. In that time, you probably would have heard a. No, he was kind of rapping a little bit, flowing, and hitting the notes, just like you say. It was just different.
If you saying Never Too Much like normal, not normal, but like not in that cadence, it would sound like a lounge song. Don't want nobody else who ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd have been boring. But to have him kind of like keeping the notes short, that was brilliant.
Yeah.
And then to have background royalty on this joint, because this is background royalty. You got Tawatha, you got Sissy, you got Brenda White, you got Michelle, you got what's in there? Yvonne, you got Sybil, you got all these people on there, and I just love it when he's the hustle. That part right there.
Yes. Yes.
But that just showed Luther's vocal arranging right there. He knew when to fit it in. He knew, because y'all said that cadence. He's really spitting, really. The way he's riding this beat.
Gamble, and I'm so glad that I'm winning.
Yes.
Like, yeah. But the thing I want to get into, I love the part, about backgrounds and the cadence, but for me, it's the tempo. Okay? It's hard to be that sensual and that smooth on that kind of tempo. That's fast.
Yeah.
That's fast, man. And he just gliding through it. I don't know. I was blown away by that. That alone.
Luthifying it. He was Luthifying it. That's what he was doing.
Yeah. And right out the gate, up tempo.
The first record, like boom, like
it's in the head.
That's how you open the album.
And the thing, I lost my thought. What was I about to say?
Take your time.
Something great, because this song is perfect. I think this is a perfect song, honestly.
Oh, thank you. That did make me remember. Yes, it is a perfect song. I do agree with that. And you made me think of what I was going to say, which is like, it's a song, and me and Jared talk about a lot of songs, to where I probably heard that song 100,000 times and not even exaggerating in my lifetime. And there's never been a time I was like,
no,
not one time. I've listened to this song 20 times in a row and won't sick of it. And won't.
Yes. Never. You never.
I guess this song, I mean, it really is never too much. Like it's never too many times to play it.
Yes.
1,000 plays from you is not enough.
So the album title and the song was really a metaphor. It was really, that's really what it was.
Basically.
And I don't be mad. Part of that song I like, and I just don't wanna stop, and everything stops.
Yeah.
You know what part I like? I like the "Oh my love," like at the very end. I'm like, ooh, he's showing out now. And
oh yeah. Luther wasn't gonna keep it simple. He was gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna show my ass. I got a cadence that I'm doing, but I'm gonna still show y'all. I still got this throat here. Like I can still sing. Like
you know what that it makes me think of, which is why I hate people trying to separate Luther and Freddie in greatness. Mm-hmm. That's what Freddie would do. He would set you up with this like song. He's singing perfectly. Yes. Oh, but he's gonna go off on the end. Believe that. It's gonna be smooth, and then it's gonna. He was like, "Oh, y'all forgot I could sing." Let me remind you.
I would just listen to that. Yes. That's crazy.
And I love singers like that. It's like, oh, I'm gonna get you. You're gonna enjoy this. You're gonna be bopping, and then I'm gonna make you do this.
Right. That part. That's exactly that's the feeling it gave me. Oh, bring that back, and it just ended. I'm like, you mother.
Yes.
You just do that. You had to be that Patty Luther. You gave us that note and then exit. Done.
Done. Done. Next.
Over. Yeah.
Put the bag up. Next bag. Already got them. Million shipment. Yes. That was huge, cocky energy. That was like, and we loved it. We were here for it. Even if we were too young, we circled back and heard it. And we were still here for it. It just you can't escape it. Wedding receptions, birthday parties, cookouts, you're gonna hear it. Yes. DJ mixes, you're gonna hear it. Radio, you're gonna hear it somewhere.
Just... Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes.
So then we get into a song that me and Will was raving about before we even got started.
Yes.
And that is Sugar and Spice.
Tell the world. Listen, man, I'm telling you, the first 3-4 records on that album, he just could not lose. He just could not. And it was just one just kept going up and up and up. But Sugar and Spice, man, I really, really love that record. Me and my son both love that record. That was, man. That was almost like a B-side to Never Too Much, really. That was just like right there on the other side.
So what's so funny is there's a big flaw in this song, and it actually is what makes me love this song. Oh. And the flaw is that song don't sonically, like engineering-wise, it don't sound like nothing else on this album. It sounds slightly unfinished, and that's why I love it. Because it still sounds good.
I gotta go back and hear it again because I didn't catch that.
Like to how that song is mastered, or whatever. I might not be using the right word. Compared to every other song on that album, it don't sound like it was the same engineer, the same studio, the same price of the equipment they was using. That it sounded like kind of bargain basement to me, but I think it gives the song character, and I love it. And it's a very stripped down song. It's not a whole lot going on instrumentation wise.
It's a lot more simplistic for sure.
It's very simple, and that's why I love it.
Yeah. Wouldn't this be a song that I wouldn't like? Wouldn't it at least? This would be a song that I wouldn't like. But just because you said all of that, it sounds very raw, but fresh. It sounds very raw, but fresh. And mind you, we talk about the sound being this, everybody's trying to find this sound. We don't know where we at. We out of disco. So everybody is finding this sound. And this sounds like very like Dollar General-ish, but and I like it though. And it sounds like a feel-good record. It makes you feel good when you hear it. You gotta smile when you listen to it. You're coming off of Never Too Much, which is a jam, and then you listen to this song, and it just makes you smile.
Jam, a thick jam of that. Thick. Never Too Much. The background is thick. The instruments is thick. Luther's voice
everything's polished.
Thick. You got this new cadence that you ain't really been hearing. All of that.
Yes.
And then you get into this little simple, but I think it's supposed to be, because the song to me is about fresh, new love, that little giddy, young love. And that song gives you all of that. It sets, sonically, it's supposed to be kind of a little ditty, a little,
So basically a superb album filler. Is that what I'm gathering here? So a fire album filler, but not really an album filler. Is that what I'm gathering?
It's just a amazing deep cut.
Well, you know what my favorite part of the song is anyway.
What?
What do you think?
No, I know the answer.
Yes, from freaking from Paul Reiser, and he was part of the Funk Brothers too. So this this took me back to Motown. So you know what I'm saying? So everybody know I'm wearing a Stax hat, y'all, but I love Motown. But
Stax, real, yeah.
But yo, Paul is going off on those horns. Like I said, like Elise said, and that's why I didn't have to say so much. It's so raw and different, and it's a song that I normally wouldn't like. You know what I'm saying? Like this is. I normally, at least, I'd be like, nah, I don't dig this.
Because J.R. trying to say he don't like sappy songs, but this is a sappy ass song.
It is.
It's just a tempo sappy song, but it's sappy.
Right. Sappy. It's very sappy. Sugar is fine.
I've been fussing with JR since he said he don't like sappy songs. I said, he's a motherfucking lie. The truth ain't in you.
You ain't let me have that at all.
Like every
episode, she has let me know that. Go. No, she is not gonna let me let it. And she has proven every time I be like, nah, because it's so sappy, and then we'll talk about another song. She'd be like, but you like that, JR. So y'all, she's never gonna let me let that go. So yeah.
Hey, you even told me you're an emotional listener, so hey.
Right.
Gotta own it.
Dude. I'm owning it. I'm owning it.
This song definitely gives me young love or new love.
Yeah.
And this song is an earworm, because if I hear this song, it is in my head from the time I wake up, and I probably be dreaming about it. Like it gets stuck in my head. That's a hard thing to happen, but that's a top one. That and Never Too Much. Like if either of those songs, shit in the next song, them three songs, it's a wrap.
Yeah, I get it.
And now I had to listen to the whole album over and over. So now I got a whole medley just playing in my head.
I love it.
So thanks, Will, I think.
Right. Oh God.
And then we get the motherfucking my favorite song on the album.
My favorite song on the album.
I bet $1 million that you know.
Woo. Yes, Lord.
And I know a story, JR.
I want to sing that to my lady. Shit. You'll never need no other. Woo! Yeah, come on with it, Lisa. Come on with it.
It's going to tell about Don't You Know That? So, JR, tell the story, because I was there.
Oh, yeah, you were there. So, y'all, I love this song, period, but I'm going to just tell the story. So, when we did our first music trip that that 8 of us did, and we all went to Colorado, and 8 people picked to live in. Well, it was 7 of us picked to live in a house. Didn't know each other, none of this, and we went to Denver. Yes, where people start being polite and start getting real, catch it. But so we go to the house, and first of all, like me and this one clicked. Our brother G saw it. He said, "Y'all two, I don't know what it is, but it's something with y'all two." He saw this before we saw it. So we just, Elise is a bartender. So as soon as we get in the house, she puts out the drinks. She start making the drink. Of course, we start playing music, right? So we playing all the music and and then we just obviously everybody's getting to know each other, even though we had a long ride from the airport. But we starting to get to know each other. So we sitting down, and now Don't You Know That comes on, right? So everybody's singing it, and everybody's singing it. So this was the point that I knew that I was with my people, because it was a specific part in this song that they did, that anytime I sing this song, I do it, but a lot of people around me don't. So, damn. So we sitting there, and damn, now I'm trying to think of the part in my damn head. I don't forgot. Wait, at least just sing a little bit before we get to the part. What is it?
You never to worry, don't you know? Don't you know that I don't make no promises that I can't keep? I promise myself I will love you forever.
I think we went too far.
I did. I
Wait,
find the exact part. Hold that thought.
Yeah, we gotta find the exact part, because that's the only way this is gonna work. Wait a minute.
So we went too far?
Yeah, we went too far. All right.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna find it. Don't you know?
I'm so mad because I normally know it and I can sing along, but now we're doing the episode. This is your fault, Will. I blame you. I blame you. Wait a minute. Without a doubt, you are my sweetest inspiration.
Everybody did that. And that's how we do. We was
at the
family.
Same time.
We ain't gonna hold it against you, Mark, because you won't. We done force bullying work that we done make you a Luther fan. But
yes, you did.
So we'll excuse Mark.
Yes, we did.
But everybody else, like, that was such a bond. Everybody, and we all kind of looked at each other and laughed.
Yes.
Because it was just in unison. It was like, just to pick on that one little ad-lib.
One little ad-lib.
2 words.
But it makes it though. It's the little things.
And everybody normally don't even do that part. So when they all did it, like, I just was like, and I just looked around at all of them like, yo, we family. I know I'm in the right place. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it was just like that part alone. And I was just like, even though I was relaxed as it was, and maybe the drinking actually helped it too, because Elise fixed some good drinks too, y'all. But when that part came, it was just like that. I was just like, oh my God, this is love. Like, you know what I mean? And this song is just an R&B perfect record to me. Like, there could nothing wrong with it. Like y'all said, we're never too much. Nothing is out of place. The background vocals are perfect, musically perfect. You know what I'm saying? It sounded so airy to me, but freeing. Luther sounded freeing on this record vocally, because it's so much space.
I can't drive. I can't drive listening to it. I'll close my eyes. I can't.
Oh no, we don't need them type of problem. Please, you drive every day, Will. Please don't.
I cannot. I have to park when I listen to that song. I have
to.
Or I'm just going. It just puts me in a certain daze, man. It's very dreamy. It's sultry.
That's what it is. Dreamy. That's the word. That's
dreamy.
It. I like that.
And you know what else I love about this song and about Luther in general is he is not afraid to let the backgrounds be up front.
Yes.
The whole this song, don't you know? Ooh, ooh, don't you know? Oh yeah. Like that's another part that makes the song. He wasn't afraid to let them. He's not singing on those parts.
That's his genius.
He's just coming in and ad-libbing and doing all that, but they're the forefront. He's more the background on the end of the song.
He
and
realized
I love that he's been afraid to do that.
He realized that too when he did Young Americas with David Bowie. Everybody was focused on the backgrounds. Everybody loved the backgrounds of that song. That's why everybody started really paying attention to Luther. Because it was like, who is this dude? And then after that, that's when he started doing Chic. And I think Luther is like, wait a minute, people are loving the background. Let me let them shine. And like Elise said, Luther does that with every song, he's like, I love when the backgrounds, just like when he does Creeping. And we talked about that on the show.
Yeah.
He let them, Luther knew it sounded so good, he even laughed in it. Like, he like, damn, y'all did that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he focused on that. You know what I mean? He lets the backgrounds, that just shows how secure he was in him when you're letting your background vocals shine. He like, y'all go ahead and do y'all thing. I'm going to let y'all shine just like me. So people going to remember me on it, but they going to also be like, them backgrounds. So when you get a Luther album, you best believe you're going to look at who did the backgrounds of whatever, because he lets them shine as much as he does.
See, he brought an orchestral mindset to R&B. You know what I mean? It's like that. When I hear Luther, I can just see him doing this. Boom, boom, boom. He just knew he had a sense of placement.
Yes.
So he was very orchestral in his production style, really, sure.
Yes. Yes.
In the vocals.
And mind you, on this song, it's only 3 of them. It's only 3. It's only Luther, Tawatha, and Philip. That's it. Nobody else.
I ain't know that part.
You know what I mean? And I mean, this is the time you got to also know Luther probably couldn't afford all them background singers any freaking way. Because I mean, come on, this is his debut.
His own career. He didn't have no backers like that.
Right. But they love Luther so much. I think a lot of them did it for the time. Like, come on, Sissy was on Never Too Much. She was like, all right, I'm on Sugar and Spice. You know what? I love you. You have done many sessions with me, with Shaka and other people. Yeah, I'll do this for you, because that just shows how much respect they have for Luther. And Tawatha is his go-to, period. Tawatha was his go-to on this whole album for real. She loved him. You know what I mean? So if anybody, Luther and Lisa, but Lisa Fisher didn't come until a little later. You know what I mean? But his girl is Tawatha, for real.
Yeah. It was so funny. So, sorry, I just gotta go backwards. But so, when you think about Luther when he was with Change, what is it? Yo, I just skimmed through something, so I wasn't ignoring y'all. I was just reading something real quick. But like, when this album came out, won't nobody talk about nothing else with Change, none of the other people on it. They were like, Luther.
That's all I heard.
That's it.
I heard Luther's. I mean, you could just feel his palm on the whole record, on that entire record. I mean, wow. Search, all that, like,
for so long, like that.
Like he just.
What did he say?
For so long.
Okay.
I hate you.
He just had a heavy presence, man. On record.
I hate it here.
You know, he was just very what's the word, man? It's kind of like putting the onion in you know, in ingredients. You know, very just forward, very pungent, very, you know, dominant. You know,
but so smooth while doing it. Yeah. So smooth while doing it. You know what I mean? And it's just like, again, this is, don't you know that is a top 5 Luther record for me, period.
Sure.
Period. Like,
you got that on like 6 of my playlists. 6 of them.
It's hard to pick Luther. Like when people be like a top 10 Luther, you literally gotta sit there and be like, all right, like for real, like come on, man, this is hard. Yes,
you can't use no pen. You need an eraser. See, I use a pencil.
Yeah, because you'll be like, oh no, I like this one, but no,
I forgot about. Oh.
Yes,
right,
yes. Hey, Mark.
We really don't let shit go because that was 5-6 years ago. But anyway,
Girl, yes. Oh God!
I wish I was there.
Oh, you would have been like, you are. Yeah, you would have did it. You would have did it.
You gotta know music to catch that part, though. You know,
yes.
You can't be a regular listener. You know, like the rest of the world. You can't be an average consumer. You're not gonna catch it. It's gonna fly right over your head.
Yeah,
you gotta really be in tune with music. You gotta really love music to hear that part. To really highlight it. So,
and real music, and real music has. They don't. I think lay people, they just kind of listen to the, to the whoever song it is, the vocalist, and that's where they stop.
Yeah,
right.
But people that's like heads and really interested and want to learn, we go a little further. I think after that, you kind of go to background, and then after that, you go to, oh, who's playing the instruments, and then you go to, well, shit, when did they do this, and how did them two meet? And then, so you just go further. The further you get into it, you just start. It's never too much. Never too much information. Like you just like, I just want to know everything. We pick on JR. We're like, he know who was in the studio, what they ordered for lunch. Like we be picking, but it's and that's hyperbole. But
right,
it's a lot of little intricate things that JR knows and that I know. Because we're just so interested in the music, touched us so much that we just have to know more.
Yes.
We can't, we're not satiated. We're like, nah, still hungry. Give us some.
That's that thing right there, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh gosh. See, we thought it was gonna be a short cover because the album's short, but every song.
Oh no, I knew it was. Not with Will.
Every song is so special and important, I think, on this album. So
never too much, but not enough damn songs. Only 7 Luther for real. Like
that's all he could afford. He had to get these songs mixed and mastered and all that.
On his own dime. He on his own dime. So it's not like,
oh, see, I didn't know that. See,
I
didn't know the linear notes like that. Oh, yeah, okay.
He had to save. He saved all his background money that he did with everybody to finance this album.
It's jingle money.
And it won him accolades and all.
He did a whole lot of jingles in the late 70s. And he took that money and, like you said, JR, the background money, but mostly the jingle money, because Luther even said that was good money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what, though? Back then, a lot of classic albums were 7 to 9 songs. If you really think back, 7 to 9, that's it. Boom. Zip the bag up, man. Yeah. Unless you Stevie and want to do songs in the key of life. You know what I mean? My extra goat.
But if you go to the other Stevie albums, they ain't long.
They ain't long. Nope.
The long albums is Key of Life and Secret Life of Plants, and those are double albums.
He took the longest with songs in the Key of Life. I think he took like a whole year off. He signed that big contract with Motown and said, you know what, I'm just gonna chill. I'm gonna just ease my way into this, and then next thing you know, just changed the whole paradigm, man. Just had some years ahead type music that you can still listen to today. It's still relevant today. It's just crazy. I don't know, but yeah, man.
But I just had to say that.
I thank you. I thank you. I didn't say it.
Our most viewed video on YouTube for R&B representatives is when we were talking to Brian Alexander Morgan about songs in the Key of Life. That's our biggest video. It's almost 1,000. But yeah.
Yes. That's the album that did it for me, as far as like making Stevie my GOAT. Like, man, I was very depressed when I heard that album. And the next thing you know, I just, this energy that JR feels in my Instagram, pretty much started from that point, you know, and just let there be life. Life.
True.
But you know what? That art in albums like that, to where using a funk or your own personal turmoil, and you heard a album or even a song, but specifically you're talking about like an album, and it just changes the trajectory of whatever you're dealing with.
Correct.
So I totally relate to that, like of hearing something and be like, and it awakening something in your spirit and your
right,
something where you're stuck in your brain, and that music just pushes it out of the way so you can move forward. So I feel you on that, for real.
Yeah.
But that Luther album, man, make you want to fall in love with a woman, man. I want to be in love, man. I want to get in my hopeless romantic bag with that album. Never too much, you know. I just heard, I'm like, dang, let me find a woman. Let me go ahead and start a Tinder account or something. Let me see what I can find out here. Nah,
oh my god!
No, I play. But no, it just makes you want to be in love. It just makes you want to just have that one person just to share your whole world with, man. That's pretty much never too much, really. Like,
don't you know that? All right, sorry.
Swept me off my feet. Yes. I recently had
look out.
You know?
Oh, that's my part.
Look out. See, it's just the intricate shit like that. Like, it's just those shits that Luther did. Just that. Like, nobody was doing shit like that. Like,
right.
Yo, oh God. Anyway. Anyway.
And then we get to the end of side one with JR's second favorite.
Oh, the lies you damn tell. The lies you tell.
I've been working. Will?
Hmm?
I've been working. Because somebody told me if I don't have nothing nice to say.
Don't say anything at all.
So
is this JR's real favorite song?
The next Hell no.
That was extreme sarcasm and shadiness.
Oh Lord.
That was being an ass.
What's wrong with it? I want to hear from y'all. What was wrong with it?
It's corny.
Right with it.
Well, yeah, what do you like about it? What do you no, it's on you. What do you like about it?
From songs people like. We ain't gonna say we like it if we don't, but
no, but the thing is though, for me, I guess it was my first time hearing it. So I didn't catch everything that y'all caught, but I'm really like curious to know, because I'm gonna listen to it again after this video. I'm gonna listen to the whole album again and try to catch certain parts. Because Sugar and Spice, I didn't view that as raw. I don't know. It's just I guess a first listen type thing. So I'm really like asking y'all like, okay, what was corny about it exactly? So I know what to listen for. You know, because like when you listen for the first time, it's like, okay, you don't really get every single intricate detail.
Right.
You just get the final product.
This is what I just think it's a little corny to me. This is a corny record to me. It's to me, I always say this is the precursor to My Baby Comes Home. And I'm not a fan of that record at all.
That's right. You don't like that song. I do like that song, but I don't like this song.
This is the precursor to me.
I kind of get why you don't like To My Baby Come Home, because it was very. But no, I don't get it, actually.
I didn't care for that one either, really. I don't. Okay,
now the song is goofy, but it's like in a melodic way. It's like you're like my baby. You don't like that?
No.
It was cool. It didn't grab me. You know, it was nothing that like really drew you in. Like the side A, like
really, like this is our first time talking about this. Like I did not know that you like that song like that.
I love that song.
It was
especially for that.
I feel like the other side of this album, he kind of just took it down just a little bit.
But
he kind of had to, tempo wise, because that's kind of how albums were structured then.
Right.
Like you got the boom fast songs, and then it kind of slowly.
Yeah, and I got so used to the up tempo, you know, in the mid tempo. Right. I think that's what happened. I was like, wait, what happened? Wait, this a drop out of nowhere.
But the one thing I can say that I do, because I always try to find something in a song that I do like.
He do.
Yes.
It might be some fuck shit, but he gonna find it.
You know what? Luther lets the band get they shine on this, on the breakdown of this record. He let Nat Adderley and Marcus and what's the Ed Walsh, that's his name. He let all three of them kind of get their shine in the breakdown. Like he really let them get, and it's like, all right, it's dope to hear. You know what I mean? The musicians, again, showing how Luther is not insecure about him being the star of a song. If it's meant for the background vocals to shine, he gonna let them shine. If the musicians need to shine, he's gonna let them shine. And that's what I liked about this song. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a big fan of the song. But if I gotta find a little something that I did like, is that Luther let the musicians get their shine. It's like, y'all go ahead and do y'all thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Star and conductor. That's pretty much what it is. Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, you educated me on the background singers. I gotta do some homework. I mean, I know the voice. I just didn't know the names and
You should watch our episode we did with Trina Broussard, all about background singers. Yes. She done sung with the best of them, and so to get her perspective about it is it's one of our less watched videos, and it's one of my favorites because it's really digging deep and talking about people that do not get their shine, that didn't get any shine at all until that documentary, that 6 Feet from Stardom. Like before that, you didn't really hear about background singers unless they were background singers that became big stars. You would hear about them, but people that kind of stayed in that lane and did that sort of thing, or had smaller solo careers, you didn't know about them.
So, like JR said, they were pretty much the unsung heroes of these big R&B records that defined our culture.
Yes, it is. And with this record, as much as I don't like the record, he also takes it back to Chic. Because like I said, Chic was where Luther did the vocal arranging, but guess who's singing background on this? Norma Jean Wright. That was the lead singer of Chic. So that just shows how much respect these people have for Luther. Like, we're going to come in and just do it for you. What you need? We'll sing, woo, woo, we'll do whatever you want us to do.
So you know what I mean?
We'll come in there and do it. Yeah, and mind you, he made these classic Chic songs what they are because of his vocal arranging and what he did, and had the lead singer come on and sing background for him. Like, that just shows you how much
he was respected.
The stars respected him. You know what I mean? Like,
he's talented and, do right by people, at least in an artistic space. Like, then they're gonna make it big. They probably gonna bring you along with something, or they're gonna come and sing on you, or they're gonna send some people your way. I can't do it, but I'm gonna send you these big people this way. Like, you have to, and this is just with anything, you have to foster certain relationships and actually be talented, and a lot of these things will come into alignment. Not always, but it's better to set yourself up with a positive, be like, oh yeah, I want to work with them because he's fucking good, or or anytime I work with him, I'm already an amazing singer and he makes me sound even better by arranging it in a way that makes sense for my voice that I would have never even realized,
Right.
Not my bag.
And see, that's what I'm loving the most about my discovery of Luther, man. He's not a traditional producer. You know what I mean? Like, most producers, they know how to arrange the instruments, the actual musical instruments. No. Luther uses the vocals, the voices as musical instruments. So he'll bring a horn out of this particular background singer. He'll bring the strings out of this one. He recognized a voice is a musical instrument.
That's God. Yes, God. Yes, God.
I certainly don't love. I work it like it's my least favorite song on the album, but I don't think it's a bad song. It just don't. I've never been able to connect with it. I thought re-listening, I knew the show was coming up and re-listening to it maybe, and I just still don't connect with it. But I don't think it's bad. But it just didn't do anything for me, and it's my least favorite one now.
Yeah, mine too.
Did he try too hard, guys? Do you think he tried too hard on it? Sound a little bit jaded on this one, a little tired,
What I can say is this about Luther. What bothered me about Luther, Luther always wanted that number one hit, pop hit. And you can tell when he went for it. You know what I mean? Like you knew the song that he did, that it was like, I want that number one pop hit. I want a number one Billboard hit. And you knew the songs that he did it with. And to me, when Luther lost what we loved about him, to me. It's like the rawness and the authenticity and everything. Luther, you went in there and just made music. Now, when you're searching for that number one record, it takes out what it really is.
So he started looking.
It takes out, like you said in the beginning, Will, the sauce that he brought in. You know what I mean? And it was just like, okay.
So basically, he was a little bit too formulaic with this one. Maybe he tried to go for music instead of just Luther music.
That's a good way to say it.
Yeah.
But JR, what the searching.
I love that song, man.
Yes, he was. And you knew he did it. And he
that is a what up, Renee? That was a song.
Chef Kiss, man.
Yes. So, like, again, you knew when Luther was, and he thought he had it when he did Endless Love with Mariah. He was like, oh, I'm guaranteed a number one record. Like, this is guaranteed. Mariah's the number one queen. We both on Epic. This is going to work. And when it didn't become a number one hit.
You know why it didn't?
Why?
Say it.
Yeah. It is what it is. And I think this is when with this record, I've been working. I think that's when Luther was the experimenting, like, oh, this is what will play on the white stations. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I feel. Because he knew them first three songs were black.
As hell.
As hell.
Black is underneath the hood of a car. Yes, absolutely.
You know the irony of it?
Well,
that's the song that white people know. Never Too Much. They know that song. They might not know every lyric, but they come on, they know what it is.
They know that song. Exactly. And I'm like, Luther, you didn't have to do that.
Right.
The audience that you want to get that number one record knows your black songs.
Right.
When you remain authentic.
Yeah, white people consider that his signature song. Absolutely. Yeah.
They do. Well,
they rock with that heavy. I've heard Never Too Much at a white wedding. I was a banquet server in Atlanta, Georgia. I kid you not. Eagles Landing Country Club. I never forget. Fully white country Southern Belle white girl. Lifting up their little dresses, doing all this shit in the middle. Yes, they love.
I was about to ask you now. Were they on beat now?
I don't know about all that now. I was serving the dishes. I wasn't really looking like that, but when I heard the record, I was like, ooh.
You know that was a whole lot of 1 and 3, and they want a whole lot of 2 and 4. Come on now.
They may have some mayonnaise on there. I mean, a little bit of mayo, but I mean, it was still a decent sandwich. I mean, it was all right.
For what you had to work with, you know.
Right. Hey, man, listen, they still moved. So, they don't move like us, but they still move, and that was enough for me.
When I encounter white folk, you would think because it was a cover, House Is Not a Home would be that song for them. But that's the one for us.
And when we get there, I'm gonna talk about why.
Come on.
I'm gonna talk about why.
That transition.
Ironic. Because the Blackity song on this album and the title track is the song that crossed over culturally. Maybe not chart-wise, but culturally it crossed over.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But the absolute whitest song on this album, it did not. Not culturally.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's so
I can't
wild.
wait till we get there. Oh, when we get to that. Oh, I can. Oh.
I think we all itching to get to
We got.
I just want to jump to it now. Jump to that.
Wait, we have to see because this is like a short ass album.
Yeah.
Then we get to the song that's about me. She's a super lady. Duh. And
I love how you did that.
I mean, the lady part, some days, but I'm definitely super.
Oh God.
Super. Yeah. So she's a super lady.
Yes.
I almost, I don't know if I almost like it or if I almost dislike it.
You in the middle. Yeah. It's a middling record. Yeah.
And the reason I don't like the don't like of the song is really one thing. Those little goofy little ad lib things. Take that shit out in the song, and the song's actually perfect. But it was and huh. I don't know, it's like little goofy 80s type shit in it that I don't like.
Right.
But if you took those little ad libs out, it would be a 5-star song for me.
Yeah.
I like the band in the song. I like all that. The lyrics are great. It sounds great. The background sounds great, except when they do that little weird ad lib shit. I don't like it.
Well, I know JR itching to say something.
No. I do. I like the song. To honest, like when we were talking about before we started recording, I said the beginning always gets me anyway because it reminds me of Rufus. Do you love what you feel? And it also reminds me of the Gap band Burn Rubber on Me.
Yeah.
It was that era.
Because of the bass. The bass, again, like I said in the beginning of the episode, the bass, Marcus Miller is really one of the stars of this album, to be honest with you. But I feel like with this song, this is when Luther was like, I still got to give you that disco-ish type of record to me. Because obviously this is the time where disco is getting pushed out, mainstream ain't rocking to it, they like whatever, but the sound is still there. You just can't, just because mainstream is pushing it out don't mean the public still didn't like it. You know what I mean? So I feel like Luther was like, okay, again, you kind of know what's going on in the industry because everybody is so close knit. You might not think so, y'all, but they are. Yeah. And everybody kind of knows what the heck is going on. You know what I mean? So I think Luther was like, as much as people might be disrespecting disco music right now, it's still killing. So I still got to give that sound. So I got to still do what like Earth, Wind, and Fire was doing. I still got to do what Kool and the Gang was doing. And, they still was giving us some joints that you can play in discotheques, as they called it back then. Yeah. And you can play this record then. And I think that's what Luther was giving with She's a Super Lady. You know what I mean? I think that was his point of giving that, because he like, y'all can disrespect disco all you want. Hell, I made a lot of money with me doing backgrounds with these disco ass songs. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I'm still gonna give y'all a touch of that. And I think that's exactly what he did with She's a Super Lady. And I like it again because it reminds me, I love a song that makes me think of something familiar. And like the beginning just gives me Rufus, Do You Love What You Feel? So after I play that, I gotta play that. So
skate that Central Park type music. Absolutely. Not even just disco.
Yes.
Kids playing with the fire hydrants, all that, type, So I mean, I wish I grew up in that era.
Yeah.
I digress. I be so jealous of y'all 70 babies, 60 babies. I be so jealous.
Me too. Oh, me too.
89, what the hell? I missed it. I mean, I still caught a good part, but I didn't catch the beginning before the beginning. I wish I would have caught that, really.
Yeah, me too.
All right, what's the
nothing. I was there.
You're a super lady, though. Don't do that.
And just for the 89 stuff, it's something about when you're growing up and if you're the baby and you have a bunch of older cousins, you get exposed to a lot of music stuff, and a lot of other stuff that you maybe, that you otherwise wouldn't have.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and I was going to concerts with them, whatever, because my grandma made them drag me. Thank you, Grandma. Thank you, Grandma Hattie. In heaven.
Grandma
But like, she used to make them, but after a while they ended up loving me, so they wasn't so much a chore, as I got older.
Right.
So I got experience. So I got to go see New Edition shows back in the day, and
That's
all
when
that.
concerts were cheap, and Ticketmaster wasn't raping you. Yeah, those times, it was very affordable.
It was before it was a middleman where you had to go to the convention center and buy your shit.
Hello.
Man.
Y'all put to a motherfucking window. Oh, no internet.
No, none of that.
It wasn't no Ticketmaster. It wasn't no SeatGeek. All these extra fees.
None of that.
It wasn't no $500-600 to sit in the nosebleed.
Yeah. Right.
Yes.
Charging folks half a rent to go see somebody in the third floor.
Okay. Well, y'all go see it.
Not to me.
I'll watch your Instagram stories, folks. Cause it ain't gonna be me.
Catch it. And y'all stupid as hell because I didn't pay the prices.
And play the record.
That's all.
Yeah. If you happy. Sing
along. Hello.
No, but I love live shows, but you ain't finna tear my damn mouth off either.
Right.
I mean, unless I fucking idolize you and it's just a must see, I need to see you before I leave this mortal plane. Then that's different. But
that part.
It's the most regular every day. I ain't. No. I support you. I'll buy your vinyl. I'll buy your record. I'll put some money in your pocket, but you ain't gonna get a whole check worth of it. And ain't
that part.
Yeah, no, not at all.
But
and they not hurting for your money either.
And they ain't.
They already getting the contract. They already getting their money regardless of who shows up.
The people that need it, guess how much their tickets is? $20 and $30 and $40. That's who I support.
That part.
Right. And they gonna give you a show.
For real. And have a band. I'm sorry, you ain't gonna charge me no $100 or $200 and you don't even have no motherfucking band. You got me fucked. You really all got me fucked up in the game.
Laser lights, but no band.
No band? Take the light budget and spend that on a band and a vocal coach.
You better off just watching their music videos. They're the same thing. You're just watching their music videos live. That's really what it is.
I want to go somewhere where it's microphone or somewhere where if none of the CDs work and the band ain't show up, you still could give a show. That's who I'm going to see.
I agree.
Where you could just flat foot in the middle of the stage if it called for it. It's not your ideal situation, but if it happened, we still get a show.
Amphitheater type, yeah.
And that was Mr. Luther, because that happened to him many times.
Yeah.
And he was like, we don't got no music? I got my background vocalist. That's all I need.
Someone that can give it to you without all that accoutrement. What did he say that's doing that? Oh, Timothy. He's like, accoutrement. But we can do it. And like I told him, like, all the lights and the lasers and all that. Now, don't get it fucked up. Hey, I'm human, and I like all that spectacle shit. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can do it without that, you're fucking.
Where's the musicianship?
You all right with me?
You're
more than all right with me. We good. We good.
Mm-hmm.
It's good on the eye test, but the real music lovers, we're here to hear the music. For the music out. It's a backtrack. Right. It's a backtrack. Live instrumentation. What's up?
Hanging in the background. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's why I'm jealous of y'all, because y'all caught all that live instrumentation, where the artists actually drag their songs longer to let each instrumentalist get their shine and shout them out too.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Larry on the drums.
Yeah.
On the guitar. It was extended.
Mm-hmm.
So it becomes a musical conversation with the crowd. You don't get that now. So I'm jealous of y'all.
And you don't get that even with the people that can sing, like the younger people. Even if they can sing, you still don't get that.
Nope.
And that's unfortunate.
No.
It's like, Kaboo, you could give that.
And they be so lazy with it too. They let the crowd sing it for them.
Okay, can I tell y'all something I'm over with concerts? And that's for legends included. Of doing half the show singing along. Fuck you. No. Sing, bitch, sing.
Right. What the hell we paying for?
I agree with that shit.
I don't pay all this money. I done took time off from work. You better sing this stuff.
You had the people sing along to the chorus together, and you come and you do your ad-libs on top. Now, I do like when singers do that. They had the people singing. I think Jill does it when the people be singing. Like, think of on a Jill Scott Experience where "Do You Remember Me?" and they're singing the chorus, and she's doing all her vocal acrobat. Now that's
That's different.
That's what you say, chef's kiss. Mwah.
Yeah, that's different.
Love that shit. That's butter. But
yeah, that's different. It ain't no ride wave where it's the whole verse and the whole crowd is like, bro.
I don't.
It turned to a glorified karaoke show, man. Like, what's going on here?
I do not enjoy it. I don't like it. I don't.
No offense, Broadway. I love you. You from the crib, I'm from Florida, but no.
I don't like it. I don't care if it was my cousin that was doing it. Fuck them. Don't do that. It's whack. It's lazy.
It definitely hurts the music for sure. It definitely hurts. Takes away from those that
really one today. But can we talk about Luther? And Luther was the king of showmanship.
Yes, the God.
Yes,
he was.
In live.
Yep. Yeah.
And they did all that stuff without having to do no intricate choreo and all that. No, they just do that.
All that.
Yes. That's exactly. That's what it was. It was just like Luther was just so we don't need all of that. You know what I'm saying? Give us our, hella bright suits and dresses and this
all
and
the sequins,
all the sequins.
And those fringe showgirl dresses, like here for it.
Yeah.
Here for it. Even today.
But y'all gonna get the vocals.
Yes.
And then he's gonna let the musicians come out and do what they do. You know what I mean? Like, we talking about I love when he did the performance of Love Don't Let Me Wait. He let the horn guy come out in the beginning. And Luther said, just do you. And I'm just going to ease into this. And he came in and that's a performance right there. Like, that is showmanship. And that's what you do. Yes.
Love it.
Yes.
And another thing about
I'm gonna be ghetto real quick, y'all. I gotta get my charger. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm about
we'll pause it.
Hold on.
Okay, we'll pause.
Don't worry. Don't rush yourself. It's fine. I got to get this late.
Let me do that.
I put too much faith in my laptop, y'all. Normally, that thing will ride all day, but I guess it's been a lit conversation. So,
we talking about Luther.
Yeah. All right, I'm back, y'all. Let's get it.
Okay. You was about to make a point, Elise. That's where you were.
Okay. And another thing about Luther's showmanship, now you didn't get no intricate choreography, but you got precision. Like, everybody was moving when they were supposed to and doing little, but it wasn't no athleticism or nothing. It was a precision. It was a togetherness. There was a synergy between everybody, the band, the background singers, Luther, the audience. Like, it just meshed in a perfect way.
Yeah,
and that's why he was able to release those as albums. And even without seeing it, you can feel the precision because nothing is off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you look up the word cohesive, you should see Luther right next to it. Cohesive. Yeah. I said in the beginning. I'm gonna say it again. You see it.
So he doing like that. Is his picture? Is this?
I love it. Big energy. He in the tux with a leather blazer?
A leather jacket. Yep.
What's up? This is me.
He like, this is me. I'm bringing y'all something new and fresh.
Hello,
that's what it looks like.
All eyes on me. Yeah.
I like that jacket.
Come on, Tupac.
And I clean up nice. Yeah. What's up?
That part.
So that's it. Yeah. with Luther, and yeah,
Yeah.
I could say more. I could talk forever. I just love Luther so much.
Yeah.
I'm still learning them, so keep talking. So I'm because after I leave this conversation, I'm laying down watching YouTube, all that. So that's how I get. Once I get into somebody, it's like I just keep going. I just go down the whole discography, like just
And watching his shows it really is a master class on how to command the stage, because you don't have to do them. You can do a million bells and whistles, but you don't have to.
Mm-mm. Yeah, and I like his performance, and That's What Friends Are For. I don't know if y'all remember that. That's What Friends Are For. It was a certain part that he did, and he just pretty much was petty.
Yeah, because Whitney tried it. That's what she did. Whitney was on stage and she tried it. And Luther said, "Oh no, not today. Not today." Nope. Even Whitney had to grab him because she was like, "Okay, I see what you did there. I see what you did there."
Spanked her live.
Whitney was like, "Okay." She came in and did her little thing, and she was just like, she went up, and Luther looked at her like, "Okay, bitch, I'm got you today. You trying me today? I love you, girl, but they gonna remember this." And when he did that, everybody was like, "Oh."
Luther also did that with Patty too.
And that's crazy. How you do that with Patty? This is funny.
And just like Whitney, she kind of looked like, "Oh shit," kind of laughed.
Yeah,
she knew what was happening, but she had to. She wasn't offended. She had to respect it because he was respected.
Like she did when she did that on the Arsenio Hall when they did Only for One Night. And Luther started doing that, and she said, "Oh shoot!" Like she ran away from him. Like you're Patti LaBelle that has this powerful vocal.
You showed that to me. You showed that to me.
Yes, and I was just like, she ran away. Like Patty's running away from somebody that's vocally like dope, and she is. So for her to run away from Luther like that, it was just like, Luther, you a bad dude. Like
he was a male vocalist, outshining
a male vocalist.
Let's put that out there too.
I love it when him and Patty would get together. I love when him and Patty would get together. It was just, you knew you were getting something out of them two. You know what I mean?
He was a smooth competitor. He had a competitor.
He was a competitor.
Yeah, he definitely was competitive. And also, like the rest of the divas, a little petty. Because but he could be.
Yeah. He has some zest to him now. He'll put some spice on that mother. Hey, hold up, man. I can get up there with y'all.
No unearned pride. He earned every bit of it, and so that's why I won't nobody mad at him about it.
Yeah, he's your favorite singer's favorite singer. Point blank. Period.
Yeah.
Luther's you ask people top 5 R&B vocalists. It is very rare that I see a list that Luther of just regular everyday people that don't have a Luther on it within their top 5 or 10.
I agree.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Now, this is before I came across the Never Too Much album. I had a top 10 without him. That's only due to ignorance. That's only due to ignorance, okay?
I'm glad that that's real. For you to say that, I'm glad. Yeah. I'm glad you said that. It has nothing to do
with preference. I wasn't familiar with his bag like that. Only singles here and there and live performances. But yeah, I had a top 10 without Luther before Never Too Much. I'm not gonna lie. I had to switch it.
That's real. You can't stop loving him. You can't.
No. I even like the "Let I Take You Out Tonight." I like that Luther too, but I was younger than that.
I do too.
I don't mind that era because I don't mind it.
That was J Records Luther.
No.
It's not my favorite.
Yeah.
But it also ain't my least favorite either. So
it fit the times.
Right.
And I don't think I think he stuck to who he was and how he sang, and I respected that.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And plus, my mama really loved that era, and those songs really mean a lot to her. So, in turn, they mean a lot to me. Because
I like the duet he did with Beyonce. What was it? The cover of "The Closer I Get to You."
We're gonna stop right there.
That was all right. That was all right. Well, it wasn't Roberta Flack and Donnie, but it was all right. You know, you got to understand. I was like, what, middle school at that
Even JR and Elise singing. I would listen to a JR and Elise single before I listen to that damn song.
You ain't lie there, girl.
I don't like it.
I don't at all.
I guess it was a different era for for kids like me at that time. You know, Beyonce was huge.
I guess so.
You know, it was more.
Bless your heart. Bless your heart.
The only thing I like about the only thing I like about that happening, I'm like, Jared, I'm gonna find the good, is that it introduced a lot of younger people to that song. I would give it.
I'm being honest, y'all.
I'm sure
I'm an 89 baby.
And listen to the song, or if they heard it, they were like, "Oh, that's
Correct."
So I will give it that. I don't like it, and it's not because of Luther's performance. It's not because of Beyonce's performance. It was a non-chemistry duet to me.
Period.
Kind of like him and Mariah, right? Kind of like
in the record. They both almost always sound great, but I just think it didn't mesh well for me. I don't think they sounded bad.
Right.
Vocally, it's like perfect, but I don't. But it don't.
It didn't warm you.
You don't. I hear that song. I feel nothing.
Yeah.
I hear the original. I feel all the feels.
It's Donnie, so you
Roberta and Donnie were very.
I mean, I'm biased in the Donnie part, but it really could have been any fucking song. But I didn't like Mariah and Luther either. So, but there are plenty of Luther debuts I like, and most of them with people that are his age. But
there is one he did that kind of shocked me a little bit. Y'all might feel a different way. It was off the Mo Money soundtrack, the one he did with Janet. That kind of shocked me a bit. I'm not used to hearing Luther sing that fast. And it was just, I know Janet was, relatively thin compared to Luther, but it was like, oh, okay. At least he tried it. You know what I mean? He tried to do something different, tried a new jack swing thing. That's what I like about Luther. He was not afraid to try things. He'll be him.
You did hear Luther sing that fast.
No. He was singing super fast in that one.
You did hear Luther sing that fast.
Best things in life are free is way fast. Too much.
Of this album, you don't realize it, but you did hear him. That's how you met him, and that's why you like it. That's how you met Luther.
But he sung faster on that one. That was playing.
But no.
See, and that's why again, sis. He really didn't, and he said he got to get more into Luther. He just get into it. Because when you listen to Busybody, he's singing just as fast.
On just about every song.
Every one of those songs.
Yeah, I didn't get to that Luther yet. I didn't get to that.
Yeah, you haven't got to the Busybody Luther.
Yeah.
Except for, he's singing fast on this, except for Superstar and the mid, Make Me a Believer.
Make Me a Believer.
He's singing fast.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, you just wait.
So when you get
it gets better, huh?
When you get into it, you would see like the best thing of Life for Free. That's why it wasn't far-fetched for me. It was like, oh, okay, I got it. Okay.
I enjoyed it.
It shocked me because I don't know any singers in this era that could sing that fast.
Yeah.
At all.
That duet, I actually enjoy it. So it's so funny. This same trip that we told you about when we sang You Are. And I was picking on saying, I love everybody except for Mark. Mark, he wasn't a big Luther guy. He really was only into female singers. So he just hadn't explored it. And the stuff he heard, he found boring. So we've been introducing, but he said his favorite, because he's a huge Janet fan, he liked that duet.
Me too, I love Janet.
We clowned him because he didn't really know the other songs. And we clowned him about it. But it wasn't because we didn't like the song. It's just like you picked that song out of his whole canon, and you picked that. But we never say we don't like it. I do like the song.
I like the song. Now that was chemistry to me. Just like Elise said with Beyonce and Luther, you felt the chemistry wasn't there. It was like that it didn't even feel like them in the studio when they did it. You know what I mean?
See, like, that's just crazy though. That he had chemistry with the vocalist like Janet, like her style, it's pristine, it's light. but it's still.
But you know what?
He got with real singers, and it was like.
But again, you know why it worked? Because who produced the record? Jimmy Jam and
Terry Lewis.
And they know Janet vocally than anybody. So they knew, oh, we can work with her and put Luther, or we can make this work. They were going to make that work.
Luther was a guest. Luther was a guest from that record. Yeah.
If it wasn't going to work, we wasn't going to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Just, no, it would have been like, we're not going to hear it. But it worked, and they knew.
And I think it also worked because unlike like the Beyonce and the Mariah duets, those songs were kind of heavy and they were slow. The Janet song, it was a light, fun, airy, happy love, kind of little song. So it also worked because of the subject matter, made sense with a Janet.
Right.
It just made sense because if you listen to it and you took Luther off of it, it's a Janet song.
Yes, it is. And Luther's a guest.
They didn't work with Janet to figure out how to sound good with Luther. They just worked with Luther how to sound good with Janet.
But see, this is what surprised me, though. What surprised me is
a Janet song all day. It sounds like a Janet song. It sounds like a Together Again / Escapade / like that kind of song, like airy, fun, boppy, sweet.
You know what got me about that record, though? I know earlier I discussed about how artists from the 60s had a hard time in the 80s. Same with artists in the 80s going into the New Jack era. A lot of them did not survive. They tried it and it sound corny. It sound wacky. It sound, he's trying too hard to fit in with the younger crowd. But I heard Luther. That was my first introduction to Luther in the New Jack swing era. And he just glided just like he did on Never Too Long. Whoa. I'm like, ooh, that bitch fire. it just made me jump. Like, woo. Yeah, I just
did it one time. But you see, Luther did it one time. That's it. He was like, this New Jack ain't my lane.
But I can do it.
A lot of people during that time did not do that. They feel like this is the new stuff. Let's jump on it. That ain't your lane. Luther said, I'm going to go on to my lane, and I'm going to stay there. You know what I mean? Like, again, y'all got this jam, and that's it.
But see, again, that's his competitiveness showing the younger crowd, hold up, I can get in that bag if I truly wanted to. I can get down with y'all. Mm-hmm. But nah, I'm going to stay in my bag because I'm already home. I'm already made. Right. That's what I heard. And I was like, wow. I don't know. I love that record. But yeah. Let's get to it. The next song.
Oh, yeah.
The next song.
You Stop Loving Me.
That is a song.
I love this song because...
Talk to him, JR. Talk to him.
To me, this is a song that really identifies what Luther wanted was love. Luther always wanted to find a love. So when a love stopped, he was searching for a new one. It was Luther, like we singing Searching this whole episode. That's what Luther was searching for. Love.
I was about to start singing it.
I know you were. I know you were.
Already said.
It's hard to escape. It's hard to escape.
And he was like,
yes, and that's what Luther was searching his whole career was love. Come on, any love. This was like any love before it. You know what I'm saying? He was like, damn, you stopped loving me. And this is, to me, what Luther's career, like, defined, him wanting love. You know what I mean? And him writing about it. And this, to me, is the most emotional song on the album. But mind you, as emotional that it is, Luther still kept it a box. He didn't make it sappy. He didn't make it all like, oh, it's such a, because we know what he ends the album with. We know what he ends it with. But
it was a setup.
This, he still kept it there. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I liked about it. It was an emotional record, but instead he kept it a groove. Yeah. And then to have Tawatha and Philip just on the background, they were just giving. Like, if you want somebody to give you some background, they were giving it. And I was just like, this just, and then the last 2 minutes for me just takes you into a complete trance to me. And you close your eyes. I'm not driving, Will. And, and you close your eyes and you just vibe out to their three voices together. And that was chemistry to me.
That was
like just chemistry. And Luther just let it flow. And he just goes. And I'm just like, that's why it's my second favorite song on the album. Because of the emotional motion of it, and just vocally is just woo, everything. So I love
storyline. It's a storyline in record form. You had the climax right there, just yeah, man. I'm with you.
Oh my God. Love that. Oh God. Love it. Like I said, that's why I came in with me and Elise. When we started this Zoom, we came in on the same damn record. We were both listening. You Stop Loving Me. Like we both came in with listening to that. You know what I mean? So yeah, this song is everything. I'm sorry, y'all. I just had to get it in on that.
Now you good. Come on.
Oh God, I love that. I love it. And baby, y'all know where we at now.
The crescendo of the album.
You know where we at now.
The finish 'em.
The finish 'em. That's what it was. Absolutely. If you didn't get it by now, you're gonna get it now.
Use my language. He fucked us up with this one, okay?
Completely.
I mean,
fucked us up.
Because a chair is not a chair. If a chair's still a chair, even if no one is sitting in that motherfucker.
Come on.
That's my version. Even if ain't nobody sitting in that motherfucker. This. I don't know why y'all talk to me, but my favorite little snippet of A House Is Not a Home is when he's like, nothing there but gloom. The way he sings gloom with gloom, like it's just, I don't know. He just interprets like
a lot of character.
There's no mystery. I like it's just like right there. It's just like I'm setting the seed. This is what it is. There's no mystery with Luther, and I love that. Like it's just here. Just bring your food here. Well, what's that? No, you don't have to add. What's that? What here?
Yes.
And I like that.
Yes. And to mind you, like we were saying, I think everybody would have thought that this was going to be the record that was just going to be the big song and the big thing. The reason why it wasn't, because people are fans of Dionne Warwick, but this song wasn't a big song for her. Nobody really knows this because it didn't do that well for her. Everybody thinks, oh yeah, Dionne did it. It was a hit because Dionne got a lot of hits. She was the first female pop star. Let's just be real.
Yeah.
But this song wasn't a big song for her. So Luther covered it, and that's why a lot of people don't really think about Dionne with it because it's her record, but it wasn't a big hit for her. So when Luther did it, when you think about the song now, it's his.
Yep, his song.
Really it is. But, at the end of the day, I think that's why a lot of people thought, oh, he did this, Dionne did it. Because, he took a couple of other Dionne stuff, too, and made it his own. But even though Dionne did it, and shout out to R.I.P. to Burt Bacharach and all that good stuff, but baby, when Luther put his thing on this, A House Is Not a Home became his.
I didn't even know Dionne Warwick did that initially. I didn't even know that was a cover of her song. That's just
what I'm saying?
That tells you right then and there. Like I thought that was always Luther original.
Luther was another one. He took your covers and stole it, and there was no longer he did so many covers.
Yeah, you'll get your royalties still, but you won't get the shine. You won't get the fame.
Oh, no, he get royalties too, because you know what Luther did? Because he's smart.
Come on.
What'd he do?
Come on.
If you notice on the covers that Luther did, it's that song and then slash something else, so he still got writing.
So you wanna be.
So think about the song Bad Boy Having a Party. That but the having a party, you know, he added that onto it, added a few words to it, and put his own arrangement on it. But that was his song.
Just like Superstar Until You Come Back to Me.
Superstar Until You Come Back to You see a Superstar Slash. Until You Come Back to Me.
Yeah.
Now, y'all right. Y'all right on that one. There's a whole lot of slashes when you look in the track.
You see what I'm saying?
And we just naming a few. It's more.
Right.
To where, so yeah, whoever originally did it got their credit, but he got his too. And I thought it was so smart.
Because he also produced the record. Like we said, people don't look at Luther as a producer. He produced the song. So he's going to get a cut his damn self. So sleep on him if you want to.
He got money coming in every angle. Yeah.
This, Luther did nothing to A House Is Not a Home. He changed no words, none of that. But he Luther-fied it. That's what he did. He Luther-fied it. And I always say, and I posted it on Instagram last week, and it's the last 30 seconds of this song that sends chills through me every time I hear it. When he goes up and he said, how do you, and then, with me, like he keep going, you like, and then he drops, still in love with me,
Yes.
And it just goes out. I'm
like, closing. Grand opening, grand closing, 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And then you just hear him, and then you hear his breath. Like he knew he killed it. He knew he killed it.
In the first minute of the song, it's one point where he do the little laugh, because he just hit, and he like, and I never really paid attention until like a couple weeks ago.
Never. I didn't either.
And it's a little quick.
Now I gotta listen again. See what I mean? Like
I didn't catch
that little. I've been listening to that song my whole life, and I just noticed it like 2 weeks ago. And it's a little. He's like,
today years old.
And just like I said when we talked about creeping, Luther feels it when it's right, and he like, damn, like that's what he want to say, like, damn, y'all did that, or did I do that, like for real? So it was just like that, man. I was just like, that's what made Luther Luther. It was the little nuances that he put. It wasn't vocally, he's up there. But when you talk about some of the little nuances he would put in a song and what he did and how he floated on things, that's why Luther was Luther. And this record to me just showed just what he could do vocally that nobody else could do. And he said, and you know what? When I'm honoring Dion on the 88 NAACP awards that everybody goes to, Luther showed his complete ass in a suit and Jerry curl with them joints dripping while he's singing. Baby, he sings for life. And that's why Dion got up there after she got it, was like, oh my God, you can sing. Like, it's what can you say? Like, it's like, you don't even know what to say after that. Like, after that. And I know Luther just walked off this, because then they going into the audience and you see big celebrities just like, just staring at him. Like,
Stargate.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, I could, even though we talked about Janet a little bit, now I could talk about Janet too. They got her, and Janet is just holding her pearls, like they got her and like just like holding her, like you're experiencing this. Right. Now that's what I would have wanted to experience, to be in the audience of him doing that performance. I probably would have fell out. I'd have been like,
and for her to have that reaction, and her whole ass brother is Michael motherfucking Jackson, and for her to be like, that's
that part.
Okay, Elise. Okay, that part. Come on.
Damn, if I had
Michael slept on as a vocalist. He slept on as a vocalist, but we're gonna cover that way later.
She's a whole ass pure singer, and she is hard.
Right. We just said you had Patty running from you.
Patty.
You know what I'm saying? You had Janet, who had her whole brother as Michael, is in shock. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, and you got
she's been good singing her whole life.
You got Dionne Warwick, who got on the stage and was like, "Oh my God, you can sing, girl! You done been around singers all your life. You are considered one of the best singers, and you're still traumatized off this guy." That's why Luther was Luther. That's why, and A House Is Not a Home proved it. And I love how you said, Will, because everybody gets on stage and be like, I'm gonna do Luther's song, A House Is Not a Home, not knowing that it was a damn cover. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know.
And that's when you know you are that dude. You are that dude, you that bitch, whatever you want to call it. That's why you are who you are, because you
one of his signature ballads.
People not even think about the original. Not even think about it at all.
Yeah, definitely signature. That's a lot of people's favorite Luther song. A lot of people. That's their favorite.
A lot. In a concert like that. That's it. That's what this album was. The album was a concert. That's really what it was. A 7-song concert.
That'd be an excellent set. Just the album.
Yeah. Excellent.
Even a song we don't like, throw that in there. Who cares?
Yeah. We'll give a little brief intermission. Yeah, why not?
Exactly. You know what?
We'll just go to the bathroom on that song. It's fine.
I was just about to say, go refill your drink. That's what you go when he put that song. Just go refill it.
Yeah, go use the bathroom real quick, man. Go refresh.
Yeah, and then come on back.
Touch on your phone a little bit while he's singing that. It's fine. It's not offensive. He can sing anything, so it's fine.
Right. You're still engaged. You know.
Yeah.
That part.
You're still in the same
song
room.
set list. That's
you're still in the same room as Luther, so it's fine.
Period. And the dot.
Grand opening, grand closing.
That's right. I
don't wanna stop.
Conductor, maestro, all that in this album. Yep, sure was.
Yeah. Okay.
Love it.
That's too much of that girl, the album and the song. That's what I said. Luther did something right there.
Yes, he did.
Several things.
Yes, he did.
Man, y'all don't made me change my top 10, man. Just that quick. Y'all want to know my top 10 for real?
I mean, if you want to tell us, sure.
I'm trying to remember. Okay, so I had Mike on there. I had Stevie. I had Howard Hewitt. I had Alexander O'Neal.
Oh yes.
Who else I had? Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna get the list for y'all. Hold on, stay right there.
I'm talking about him like he's a child.
I need y'all approval now. I need y'all, you know what I mean?
Oh God.
Hey, let me get you right, because I feel like you're gonna say something crazy and then I will roast your ass because I don't care. I love you.
Roast me. I'm a forever student to the game. Like, okay, so I got Michael. I got Michael.
He know every fucking thing.
So check this out, y'all. So I got Michael, I got Usher, Stevie, Marvin Gaye, Teddy Pendergrass, Alexander O'Neal, Daryl Hall from Hall & Oates. I got Johnny Taylor, Howard Hewitt, and George Michael. Honorable mention, Barry White and Kenny Loggins.
That's a respectable list. I
have no problem with it. Not at all.
That's a great list, actually.
Yes.
I'm not offended by anybody on that list. Not at all. I love that you put Johnny Taylor in that. Hey, Chastity.
Me too.
Man, listen.
Yes.
Johnny, man, listen. Johnny was
I knew I was wearing this stack hat for a reason.
My favorite Johnny Taylor song was When She Stopped Asking, Start Worrying. That song.
You would.
Woo. Mm-hmm. I don't even know you, and that feels right.
Yeah, he would. He would like that.
He was teaching these young boys about these women. Like, okay, you can do your dirt, my boy, but listen, the flip side of the coin, she already doing her thing too. I'm just putting you up on game. You know who making love to your old lady while you out doing your thing.
Making love. Okay.
Watch. When a woman break your ass down, you're gonna be crying up the road. Like he was really
teaching. Come on. Hello.
Yeah, he was teaching.
Wet. Face wet.
Yeah. Yeah, when she stopped asking where you at, yeah, you better bring it on home. Bring it on in. Better make that work. Because you probably lost already. Like, man, it was just.
Yeah, you did. By the time you realize that you've been down bad. And then
yeah, I had to throw OG Johnny in there. I had to.
I'm not mad at that list. And you have some people on there that I don't normally hear on the list, but it makes sense. And I'm like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like who? Like who don't you normally hear on the list?
I don't know top 10.
No, not Johnny. You don't hear Johnny on nobody's top 10.
Johnny.
Wow.
Daryl Hall.
No.
Listen,
and you don't hear from a lot of black folk, George Michael.
Nope.
Man, listen.
Now you would, now me and Jay, I love George Michael. Lots of people do, but he just don't get brought up a whole lot.
That Faith album, come on.
Within the black circles, I'm saying.
Yeah. But I'm diverse. I kind of grew up like that. Like I told y'all, I grew up, in the Midwest. That's pretty much everything put together. Then I grew up in the South, so I got a little bit of everything. So it's really a melting pot with my top 10. And Daryl Hall, that's another one. That white boy can sing. Sarah Smile, stop playing with me.
So I got to rack up all of those albums up in here. I ain't about to pull all that shit out. But yeah, I fuck with everybody you said. I of course fuck with Usher. I love Usher. Yeah, all that is all stuff that I listen to and love. I love George Michael. JR loves George Michael. No, that's a great list.
Yeah, and then as far as Usher, I tell people all the time, I feel like Usher is a mix between Michael and Marvin, mixed together. Like when you hear Usher's ballads, how he croons. He can dance just as, but maybe not as well as Chris Brown, but he's pretty much a nice little classic mix between Michael and Marvin. But that's just pretty much my take on that. But yeah, man, those are my guys.
I think he dance better because he ain't trying so hard. It's just natural. But anyway, I digress. It's not forced. It flows.
Right.
But it is no dig to Chris Brown. I just don't like that style of dancing. That's all.
Yeah.
So anybody could do it. If Usher started dancing like that, I'd be like,
Usher's more classy with it,
I like a flowy. That's why I like a Janet, and that's why I like Aaliyah so much, where it's a flow. Like they can do a technical thing, but then they go right back into the soft. I like soft dancing. All that.
Yeah, Chris straight out the street with it. You know what I mean? He's street with it. You know what I mean? With a little touch of Mike.
That's not my favorite, but that's okay.
Right. I feel that.
No disrespect, because a nigga can dance his little ass off, but it's just
vocally no.
It's just not my preferred style of dance. That's all. Yeah. It's not bad. I just don't like it.
Right. I feel that all the way. Absolutely.
Yes. Well, we have now entered my favorite part of the show, and that is the word song association.
Uh-oh.
And how that works. I'm going to give you a song, and this is going to be songs from 1981, but big songs. And you tell me your first thought or feeling or even a memory associated or word associated with that song.
Okay.
And don't be afraid if you don't remember or know the song, please tell me that, and we'll go to another one.
I'm a big time 80s fan. I like my chances, I think.
Okay. But if you don't remember it, don't feel no kind of way, because who the fuck know every song? Especially if you didn't grow up in.
Right. Okay.
Right. So these are going to be big songs from 1981.
Okay.
And we will start with Tina Marie, Square Biz.
I was just listening to that this morning, actually. Oh, wow. The word associates with that. Oh.
Or if you have a memory, or just a thought, or like a
percussive. Very percussive.
Yeah.
Very. Mm-hmm. Your congos, your bongos, your bells, your just bouncy, just yeah, definitely skate music all day long, but very percussive. Very. Even how she sung it.
Yes.
I love it, man. You talk about cadence. That's cadence right there. So
absolutely
very percussive with it.
Tina was a queen of that too. She did that well.
Tina's actually in my top 10 female vocalists list. Top 5, actually.
Respect.
Respect.
Oh, child, we love Tina over here at the R&B representatives.
Yes, love her.
But my favorite
Down.
record from her is Portuguese Love.
That's my favorite record.
That's hers.
Woo! Come on. 7 minutes of
I always like the littlest shit is my favorite part of a song. My part is just like, in Portugal. Why did she say Portugal? Like, Portugal.
Hey, so at the end of that song, was that Rick James talking, narrating at the end? It sounded like it was Rick talking, and she like,
probably.
It probably was.
I'm 90% sure that it was.
I like that part. You know, that whole record, man. Don't get me started on that one. That's another song I can't drive to. I'm gonna crash all the time. Your babe love forever. Woo! Don't get me started.
You ain't seen nothing till you're around when that song come on, and I'm there. You ain't even ready. Because I can't sing a lick, but I'm a singer.
With the drink, right? With a good drink in your hand, yeah.
Tonight in Portugal.
Putting that stank on it. That's what I'm talking about. I'm sorry. Keep going. I'm sorry.
Don't get me started. It's too late. All right. We have. Let's see. I'm gonna pick a good one. Oh, 81 was great singles. Great singles. We have. Which one I want to do first? The Jacksons. Can you feel it?
Ooh.
The word that's almost like it's powerful, it's militant in a way. It's very colossal. The theme that they're talking about is just, humanity getting together, and can you feel the love between everybody? Just, identifying with the human race. The blood inside of me is inside of you. Like, just, that's what I hear. I don't know. Maybe it's one too many words that associate with that one, but that was definitely one of my favorite Jackson records. I mean, me and JR actually, me and JR we be exchanging songs a lot, man. So I think you shared that with me one morning. I think. No,
was it? Can I feel it?
No, it was Lovely One. It was Lovely One, I think.
It was Lovely One, yes.
But that one there is just very very militant, very people driven, just mankind, humanity. That's what I hear when I hear that record.
Good word, good one.
All right.
I like
our next one is gonna be it was some heat. Oh, Hall & Oates. I can't go for that. No can do.
Woo! Okay. Oh, that's a tough one.
I should say that for the last one, but that's okay.
Right. That would have been,
I got some heaters coming.
Progressive. A very progressive sound. You had soul in there. You had new wave. It was very forward thinking. The production. You never heard drums like that in that era. You never heard a white boy sing like that in that era. Progressive. Progressive, for sure. Progressive, electric, just, yeah.
All right. Next we have Earth, Wind & Fire, Let's Groove. All I can think about is the Let's Groove.
The word to describe that. Dang. Oof. Y'all might have got me on that one.
Or memory, or just how you feel about it. We ain't strict. It's just the way this conversation.
Not at all.
Conversation started. It's
yes.
Anyway, so we do what we want.
Some kind of line dance, some kind of dance, a common dance done by us in the middle of the dance floor to it. Unifying. I'm trying to think.
All right.
That's another electric one too, though. Electric Soul.
Oh, I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, man. They did the same thing they did in the 70s, but in the 80s, but just more, synthesized and synth heavy.
Right.
Synth R&B.
Yeah. One of the R&B representatives, one of our favorite groups, Shalimar. This is for the lover in you.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie. I thought y'all was gonna do "There's a night to remember," but the lover.
I was going back and forth with a few songs because actually, me and JR's like theme song of our friendship and of this show is "Make That Move," which is the same year. But I wanted to talk about "This Is for the Lover in You." But
oh man, you got my boy Howard. Uncle
Howard.
Yes, God.
I love him. Uncle Howard.
I love him. He is a true
beast.
True
beast.
Quintessential. That's that's how I would describe that.
Like that, boy. I like that.
It's required listening.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Totally.
There's nothing more to be said, man. That's just pretty much the first word that jump up in my head.
Yeah.
When I think about Shalimar, I think about Howard leading, and him and Jody had good chemistry too. I just wish that translated to personal, but I don't know. But nevertheless, quintessential for sure.
Yay! Oh, it was 5 of them. So you did it.
I was waiting on some more. I love that game. Oh,
you made it successfully through your first catch that with the R&B representatives, and you did amazing.
And it was a pleasure.
Great.
It was a pleasure. Thank you guys
great.
so much.
I knew it would be. Well, you already know the second album he want to come back and talk about. I already told Elise what it was.
I got the memory
of that album, man. I love.
I don't remember.
Don't say it
after this. Don't say it on here.
Don't say
it. Not to. But boy, when we get into that, that's gonna probably be the most viewed. Do not be surprised, cause boy, I got some shit for that shit. I got some that damn Johnny boy. God. I'm sorry.
No, before we leave, I think I want to start doing this. I'm starting to think to where I just want to tell the people other songs that were out at the same time as the album we talked about, besides the ones we did for that. So I'm just gonna name like 5 or 6 other songs that I think are important that were out. That was The Whispers, It's a Love Thing. Y'all know I love the Whispers. Prince, Dirty Mind. Atlantic Star, When Love Calls.
Yes.
That year also gave us the Gap Band, Yearning for Your Love.
Yeah.
Turn, What You Gonna Do for Me.
Gonna do for me.
It gave JR's mom's favorite song, Tana Gardner, Heartbeat.
Hey!
I don't think I know that one. I gotta educate myself.
Yes, you do.
Oh no, you know it.
You made me feel.
I probably don't know the name.
Yeah, you definitely know that song. I don't think anybody in this whole world don't know that.
Wait, is it the
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
I told you knew it.
I didn't know the name. My bad. My youth.
No, like I said, you can't know every song.
It's hard.
Right.
That gives us Deborah Law is Very Special.
Ooh, my love is all my thing. Slow dancing at school. That's why I envisioned for y'all that grew up in that time. the school dances, you know, just the...
Yes.
That also gave us Renee and Angela, I Love You More. I love you more.
I love them.
More than you know.
I love them. Imaginary playmates. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see what else
Same
we
album.
have. They gave us Carl Carlton. She's a bad man, Matilda. That was that year.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
That was Commodores with Lady. Al Jarreau, We're in This Love Together.
Oh, that came out of
Mhm.
That was all right. That was all right.
Rick James, Super Freak.
Oh, Street Songs. Yeah. Oh, that album. Yeah.
Denise Williams, Silly. Will McCrae, Funky Sensation. That's my fun shit.
That's my jam there.
Another song I like that's that was Central Line, Walking Into Sunshine. That's my.
Yeah, that's on my 80s playlist.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That should have been a bigger hit.
Right.
I don't know why it wasn't. That shit was fire. Sunshine. Man. 8 days a week. I'm like,
You better. That's my shit.
Right.
That gave us, I'm going to end it last but not least, Bobby Womack. If you think you're lonely now.
Wait until
right.
Wait until the night, girl.
Right.
Right. That boy, that was hell. OG was hell.
But yes, and of course, there's a lot more things out, but those are like some highlights for me of personal faves for me.
Great year. Right. Great year for R&B. Great year for soul. Yeah. Sound like it.
Great year for singles.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
The singles were fire.
Catch it.
Mm.
Yes. Well, thank you for hanging out with us. You're a fun dude.
Thank you.
Told you.
I can't help it, man. I try to live, you know. I wake up every day.
Personality.
All of it. He gives. He gives. I love it.
But I want to say something though, man. JR been bringing a lot of it out of me, you know, because I kind of keep it on tuck. I've been a little shy with it before I encounter.
I don't know why. I was
like Michael Jackson, Scarecrow, and the Wiz. I mean, you saw it, but it was like. But I talked to JR. He was like, "Man, you better let that shit out. You better sing that motherfucker."
Right? Shit. If this whole key was down,
you better post that video. So you know, I just came out. This is me. So
JR, was he acting like Michael or She's Out of My Life?
Oh God.
I was kind of shy. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I always had the personality, but I kind of held back a little bit, just a little tinge. But now I don't hold shit back no more. Ask him. If you follow me on Instagram, I'm lit. I am Olympic torch lit. I am like it's.
I believe it.
From morning to damn night, early 5 in the morning. I'm blaring Sade. Hold on to your love. All that. You name it. I'm there. So. If it wasn't for my guy JR, it wouldn't be a full display like this. So I want to thank my guy JR for opening me up because I love him. I really do. I fucking love JR. Excuse my language. Love him.
I fuss with that dude. I fuss with him. I like him.
Love him. And I knew
he's a good dude. He's a good dude.
I knew I was gonna love Elise too. I just knew it. I just knew all this.
Oh yeah, that's why I knew it. I was like, yeah, when he come on, he's gonna give. I know
he is. Our package deal.
basically,
for the last 5 years.
That's it.
And then I come into the fold and just like,
there it is.
Like us. That's how we had. Especially me.
But it was a pleasure, man. Thank you guys so much, man. I really consider y'all brothers and sisters. My musical brothers and sisters, personal too.
You, man.
Like, real, thank you, man. Y'all have definitely warmed my heart, my spirit, nurtured it, all that. So thank you.
Appreciate it. Appreciate
it. Well, Mr. The Wave, can you tell folks how they can find you if they would like to find you on social media or anywhere else?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram. That's W1LL_the wave. And that's pretty much it. I mean, if you want to do Facebook, you can do that too. Wade McKnight. I don't have nothing to hide. What you see is what you get. So
love it.
You know, I'm not deleting anything. I'm not hiding anything. I speak my mind. I speak my soul, but I mean well, and I'm never going to speak of ignorance. So, you know, it's all fun. It's all positive energy. You know, I'm just trying to push the world forward. You know what I mean? The world is
come on, somebody.
Place. You know what I mean?
Light. Amen, somebody.
And I just want to use my light that God gave me, and however that looks. So here I am.
It is.
The wave of love.
Well, we're glad you came and shared your light over here. Mm-hmm. And I mean, the love and the light, it really is something that's never too much. You can never have, you know, too much of that.
Yeah.
That's just what it is.
Right. That's why I tied to that album, you know, love and light. Boom. Yeah. That's what I'm all about.
Yeah. In addition to Will, we also thank everybody that tunes in every week or finds us randomly and is checking us out. Love y'all. Everybody kick it in the live chat. We had a time. But yeah,
man.
It's a lot of fun. Connect with other people that have similar interests and love the music you love. So it's no arguing. It's just like everybody fellowshipping like, oh, I love that too. Or did you know about that song? It's really dope.
Right.
And we want y'all to join us. It's a big old family. Bring us some more cousins. And we Black, we all family. And even if you ain't Black and you watch it, come on. You know, you can come. Just don't disrupt, but you can come and check out everything.
There it is.
And you act right, we'll act right. But yes.
Yeah. Music is the one thing that, you know, brings us all together. Love and music, you know, the two things that pretty much makes everything universal with us, man. Makes us all one race. So keep that in mind. Young artists, young rappers, keep that in mind. Speak life and not death. Chill out on the ox. But I digress. But yeah, music joins everybody together. That's one language.
You know. So we will catch y'all on the next Catch That. Peace.